A year ago, Donald Trump called on Obama to veto that resolution, but Obama refused. Trump said he would address what happened. But that's what America did under the last administration 1 year ago. And that's how that administration ended. And perhaps this is one of the reasons why Donald Trump won the presidential election. People were telling him he could not do this. It was crazy to do this. He was bombarded by that. You have to be crazy to do this. Well, maybe when the world tells you that you have to be crazy to do something, maybe it takes somebody who's a bit crazy to do it anyway. Jehu, the mystery of Donald Trump, for those who have read The Paradigm. People were condemning him. The fact is, the United States Congress already voted to recognize Jerusalem and move our embassy when? In 1995. And it was done by Republicans and Democrats alike. Overwhelmingly passed. It's been law. But since then, every president has signed a waiver every 6 months since 1995 to avoid doing this. The only thing Trump really did was nothing. He just didn't sign the waiver. So what was passed by the United States Congress and just recently reaffirmed by the United States Senate, which was already law, went into effect. On the other hand, it was one of the most bold, courageous acts he could have done. He was told, don't do it, warned not to do it by the Arab world, by Europe, by religious leaders, liberal ones, virtually everyone, but he did it anyway, and the world went crazy. Now think about it. There's only one nation in the world that the rest of the world doesn't recognize its capital. Only one, which is crazy. Which one? Israel. How strange is that? To not recognize the capital. Any nation is free to designate any place it wants to be the capital. The world even recognizes the capitals of police states, rogue states, terrorist states, but the one it won't, Israel. The little democracy in the Middle East. The one city, Jerusalem. Why is that? It tells you that something is not natural. Something supernatural is going on. Jerusalem is the only capital in the world, on the planet, that the world says the nation has no right to it. Really? For 2,000 years or 3,000 years, there's only one people who have longed for Jerusalem long before America existed, or Europe, yearned for Jerusalem, sung for Jerusalem. Those are the children of Abraham, the children of Israel. So it is written in the Psalms, what you just read, that was written thousands of years ago before most of these nations even existed, of the love for Jerusalem, the city of God. And on Passover every year, the Jewish people say, L'shana haba'ah b'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem. Praying for it every year for restoration for 2,000 years. They say, may he rebuild Jerusalem speedily in our lifetime. It was the same heart that the Jewish people that when they were in Babylon, in captivity, they wrote the words of that famous psalm, if I forget you, O Jerusalem, may my right hand forget her skill. May my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth if I do not remember you, if I do not exalt Jerusalem above my chief joy. By the waters of Babylon we sat down and wept as we remembered you, Zion. It's the only capital in the world that was given by God himself. It's the only claim on earth that is backed up by God himself. It's the only real estate where the deed is the Bible itself. Jerusalem belongs to Israel more than Paris belongs to the French, or Moscow to the Russians, Rome to the Italians, or Washington to the Americans. In fact, Jerusalem belongs to Israel more than New York belongs to the United Nations.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Hope of the World is dedicated to the goal of spreading God's Word and salvation to every land and people. We do this by spreading the Word throughout the world and sponsoring compassion projects to the most poor and needy around the earth. To get in touch or have a part in God's work, just write to Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Or go to hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821.